Hello and welcome to the Sub 1 YouTube channel. My name is Ray, and in this video, MyRobotLab Part 9, we are looking at the PCF8574. Now this is an I2C based 8-channel digital I/O extender. So this gives us 8 pins that we can use for input or output. There's a few things you need to be aware of, but you can actually daisy chain these. So there's 3 jumpers that will let you set different addresses. So you can get quite a few of these things running, 8 of them. So let's have a look at how we actually get this set up. So if we go to, I've already connected my Nano and it's online. If we go to runtime, we're going to create the device. PCF. PCF8574 is the name of the service. We'll click on Start Service and it creates our service over here. We're going to select our Nano. Now, whenever you're connecting one of these to an Arduino, it is always on bus 0. If you're using a Raspberry Pi, it'll be on bus 1. Now this device happens to be on 20, and while there's only 7 addresses available in this one, there are a couple of variants around that you can have set on different addresses. Alright, so we'll attach that. Now at the time of recording, these controls are not yet working. It's a bit of a pain, but they're not working. Now this is a LED, tricolour LED. It actually has 4 wires coming off it. In under the heat shrink here, I actually have got resistors to limit the current for a 5-volt supply. The common is connected to 5 volts here, and then each of the colours is connected to a different pin on the PCF 8574. Now to control it, we're going to use Python. So in here, we're going to select the edit window, PCF.write, and I'm going to look at pin 1, so it's 0 through 7, and I'm going to write a 0 to it. By default, it'll have a 1 in it, and when we execute that, we can see we get a green light. If I change that to a 0, you can see the colour change slightly. So I've got a combination of blue and green running there. If I switch this back to 1 and write a 1 in there, I turn the green off, so now we've just got a blue light. We just get a little bit of paper to try and make that a bit easier to see. And that didn't work at all. Alright, and if I change to pin 2, light 0, and we get red. Turns off the blue, and change that to a 2 and execute, and we turn it off altogether. So that's demonstrating its ability to output, and outputting is actually quite easy. Now what we can also do is read register. Actually, what I want to do is print. And you can see here we've got 255. 255 represents all of the bits are on. Now, this is all cool, except sometimes we want to be able to turn I'll set some of these down. So let's just pull these LEDs off for a moment. I'm going to grab another plug, if I can find the right one. Right, so I'm going to connect this to ground, and I'm just going to hold this onto a couple of these pins. So P0 and P. So I'm just shorting across P0 and P1, and we'll execute that same command again. And now we see we've got 252. So we've actually turned off 2 of those pins. And that's because the output of this, when set too high, is in the microamps range. It can't source any real power to it. So we can actually short it to ground, and then if we read that pin while it's set to high and it's shorted to ground, we're actually going to read it as a logic 0. When we remove our short, it'll be read as a logic 1. So it is a very simple device. We can use it to drive some logic. It's commonly used with devices like these 2-line 16-character LCD devices. This is a variant of this on the back, and I'll show that one in the next video. Okay, that'll do for this video. If you like these videos, don't forget to click on like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you're notified when other videos come out. It's also a form of support that helps the channel a great deal and costs you absolutely nothing. If you'd like to support the channel further, I do have a Patreon account, and you can join my VIPs Go Lucky and Lorenz Berger, as well as my Builder Patreon Elmorales45. You'll find a link in the description below. I also have a Discord channel. You can talk to either Fred or myself or one of the other members of our growing community. You'll find a link in the description below. And we'll see you in the next video.